What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another Talking Bars. It's your boy Onslaught Tree. We here. Hit that like button down below if you're joining the chat right now. All right, just checking, making sure everything looking good. All right, it's Tuesday night, y'all. Y'all hit that like button down below. Hit that share button. Share the video. Anybody that's on right now, I'm gonna wait a few minutes. See if y'all get up in here. Y'all get up in here, man. Let's talk about it, man. 2025 is here. We're already at the 21st of the month. It's the first of the month. It's the first of the month. It's the 21st of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, man. Come on in here. Hit that like button as soon as you enter. If you like these type of videos, don't forget to share the video. Hit the like button down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any of our videos be dropping almost every day. And like I said, y'all, 2025 we're gonna be doing a lot more live videos. We're gonna be doing a lot more talking bars. So y'all keep on tapping in. We're gonna have a great conversation tonight. I need y'all, as always, to get in the comments and drop your comments, man. I see Charlie is in the chat. Charlie, thanks for coming through. I see Charlie has an early question. Charlie says, how do you feel about the G-Dep, Loon, Black Rob, and Sean Bad Boy era? Oh, man, listen, man. Charlie, I know right now Puffy is in a bad situation right now. But Bad Boy Records have always, since the inception of Bad Boy Records, since the Biggie days and the Craig Mack days, the Mace days, Bad Boy Records has always had an amazing slate of MCs on Bad Boy. And when you're talking about G-Dep wasn't the most lyrical rapper. But what was G-Dep's album name? Child of the Ghetto, I think is the name of his first album. That album was grimy, gritty, and it told G-Dep's story, man. So G-Dep, I like G-Dep. You look at Loon as an artist. Loon wasn't one of those crazy bars artists, but Loon had tracks that make you want to dance, happy-go-lucky music. I think Loon was a pretty good artist as well. Black Rob was one of the top artists on Bad Boy. Like Black Rob has that first Black Rob album. You go back and listen to that album. That album is still hella crazy. Wasn't Whoa off of that album? I think Whoa was one of the standout tracks in that album. And Sean, man, I love Sean as an artist, man. Yes, I know people looked at him and thought that he sounded like Biggie early in his career, but I thought Sean was a dope artist. His first album, Sean, and that second album, Gangsta Buried, Gangsta Buried Alive, something buried alive. But that second album was amazing too. So shout out to the Bad Boy era, man. I know. Right now, Puff ain't looking good right now, but if we put Puff to the side and we look at that roster that Bad Boy had, Charlie, man, Bad Boy had one of the best rosters in hip hop today, man. Shout out to that question. Thank you for that, Charlie. Yo, today I want y'all to hit the comments. Today I want to talk to you guys about what do you expect? What are your expectations for 2025? What artists, and we're talking about legacy artists. I'm not talking about no new artists, no Fabio Foreign, none of those new artists. No, I'm talking about legacy artists. Guys from back in the 90s, early 2000s. Ludacris's, the Snoop Dogg, the Dr. Dre's, the Cool G Raps, the LL Cool J's. What are your expectations for any new album coming out this year? Are you looking forward to any artists dropping a new album in 2025? Who is it? I need you to drop it in the comments tonight. Who do you anticipate to have a great album in 2025? Who are you looking forward to dropping an album in 2025? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And out of any of these newer albums coming out in 2025, who do you think is going to have album of the year? All right, that's what we're talking about tonight. I need y'all to hit the comments. Charlie has another comment. Charlie says, I went to Jimmy and Cameron's verses on 2020. I'm sorry. I want a Jimmy and Cameron verses in 2025. That's hard, yo. I didn't even think about that. That's hard. Listen, man, just a few days ago, I talked to y'all about, I asked y'all a question, who has the better catalog? I put it on our TikTok channel as well. And I asked the people, who has the better catalog, Cameron or Jim Jones? Go check out go check out, it has a lot, it has like, I want to say like, let me check it. Let me go to the TikTok. Let me load this down because TikTok is gonna have some wild stuff on this. Let me load this down real quick. Hold on. All right. So let me go back to the TikTok here. Hold on. We put this up on there. Hold up. We don't want to get blocked. All right. So the video has almost 4,000 views on there right now on TikTok, and people are talking. See it right there. In the middle, about 4,000 views. And there's a lot of people that are on both sides, yo. There's a lot of people saying Cameron. There's a lot of people saying Jim Jones. And to be honest, Cameron had the better early career, not a very good late career. Jim Jones did not have an early good career in hip hop. Lately, for the last 8-9 years, Jim Jones has been carrying Dipset when it comes to new music and keeping relevant. So that's good, man. If Jim Jones and Cameron had a versus, I'll pay to watch it, y'all, because I know they're gonna be petty. A lot of people are gonna gravitate to the Cameron stuff because the age group and who's gonna come to that they're more gonna gravitate to the Cameron stuff. So I think Jim Jones is gonna have a hard time if he goes in the verses against Cameron. But I'm for it, man. I love to see it. Charlie, I love to see that. Let me read that again. That's ill. Charlie says, I want a Jim Jones and Cameron versus in 2025. So 2024, 2023, 2022, y'all. If you were a hip hop head like myself that loves old school artists, these last 3-4 years, we've been getting some pretty good music, y'all. I'm not talking about new artists. I'm talking about legacy stuff here, legacy artists. Your boy Nas has been dropping stuff crazy. We had stuff from Kool G Rap dropping stuff. We just had LL drop an album. We just had Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre drop an album. Styles P has been heavy. Jadakiss has been dropping stuff constantly. About a good 8-7 years ago, Jay dropped something. Jay was on a couple remixes. Jay was on the DJ Khaled stuff. So for the last few years, yo, we've been getting some pretty good hip hop music from legacy artists, and especially in 2024. 2024, like I showed y'all last week, we had a whole bunch of new albums. We waited for Dr. Dre for how long? We finally got a Dr. Dre Snoop album. We got a Dog Pound album last year, WAWG. We got. That was a hard album. So let me know, y'all. Who do you anticipate? Who do you want to see drop a new album in 2025? I see Tyrese is in the chat. Tyrese, thanks for coming through. Tyrese has a comment. Tyrese says, I hope Mace drops an album in 2025. Me personally, I'm not looking forward to Mace. I think Mace, I don't think Mace got it no more. But let me say this also. If you watch Cameron and Mace's show, it is what it is. If you watch their show, they are constantly dropping freestyles on their show. So they're constantly dropping material. So it's pretty safe to say that Mace. It's pretty safe to say that Mace is writing. It's pretty safe to say that Mace got some rhymes put away. And knowing how petty Mace is and how cocky Mace is, Mace probably got some songs ready to drop at a certain time. So, Tyrese, you might be you might be onto something, man. Me personally, I don't think Mace got the bars like that no more. But Mace probably got some stuff tucked away, waiting just for the right time, man. So yeah, so we're seeing a lot of legacy artists releasing albums. I know I saw Kool G Rap drop something a couple years ago. And like I said, last year was a really big year for hip hop as well. Jason has also been talking about that Nas and DJ Premier joint. Now listen, let me say this too, man. I know a lot of people are happy that we got Nas to drop new music within the last 5 years. I have been one that's been clamoring for Nas to drop new music all the time. Like, I always want Nas to drop new music. This last run that Nas had, and the music is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it was bad. Those 6 albums, The King's Disease and The Magic Run. I just personally think that two things Nas did wrong with these albums. I think he put out way too much music in such a short amount of time. And I think that the music that he's put out, I don't think it has as much replay value as his old music. Okay? This generation of hip hop heads, they consume music at a rapid pace. And they're on to the next one. You look at music that's being released nowadays, music comes out within a month, within 2 months, they're already on to something else. Don Julio was popping for a good month. Nobody's drinking Don Julio no more. A lot of trends come out now. A song comes out, it's popping for a month. Not even sometimes, on to the next one. So I think Nas released too much music in such a short amount of time. And I think these last 6 albums, like I live in Queens. I live in Jamaica, Queens. I hardly hear people bumping Nas new stuff. So I think the replay value of his new music is just not hitting like his older stuff. But hit the comments down below. Let me know. Today we're talking about who do you want to see drop a new album in 2025. I see Iman is in the chat. Harlem is in the building. Harlem just walked in. Iman, what's good? Iman has a comment. Iman says, I think Nas and Primo should make a New York State of Mind Part 3. Ooh. Now we talking. Okay. Now listen, man. Listen. Jason has been talking about this a lot. A lot of people have been talking about this a lot. Nas and DJ Premier has talked about this a lot recently as well, a couple of years. The DJ Premier and Nas joint is coming. Yeah, it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen in 2025. Are they too late? We've been asking for this for about 10 years now. So is Nas and DJ Premier a little bit too late? I don't know. But y'all hit the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Iman wants to see a New York State of Mind Part 3 by Primo and Nas. I'm here for that too. I'd love to see that. Tyrese has another comment. Tyrese says, is Nas the current king of New York to you? No. The king of New York right now is Benny the Butcher. And Nas is dropping a lot of, well, he hasn't dropped something since the last Magic. When was the last Magic album? I think it was 2 years ago, right? Let me just check real quick. Let me check the last Magic album. Hold up. Let me just check when the last Magic. Magic came out in 2023. All right, so yeah, so a year or so ago, the Magic 3 came out. So even though Nas has put out some pretty good music in the last 5-6 years, I still think that Benny is out rapping him right now. And Benny just has that young energy. I think Benny needs to diverse his style just a little bit. Everything is too hardcore. But King of New York right now, if you ask me, I'm giving it to Benny the Butcher. All right, Tyrese, thank you for that. Yeah, so today I want to ask you guys, man, who's going to have Album of the Year 2025, y'all? Who's going to have the best album? And we're talking about legacy artists, y'all. We're not talking about no new artists. We're not talking about the new drill music artists. We're talking about legacy artists, artists from the late 80s, the LL Cool J's, the 90s, the early 2000s, all right? Legacy artists. Recently, we've been getting some good content, man. If y'all remember, a few years ago, we got that Havoc and Styles P album, the Wreckage Manor. That was a hard album. AZ dropped some music recently. Shout out to AZ, keeping it new. So you think AZ is gonna drop something new this year? Cam, like I said, Cam has been dropping his freestyles here and there. Will we see Cameron drop some new music this year? Jadakiss has been pretty constant. He hasn't dropped an album, but he's been dropping songs, tracks here and there. So is Jadakiss going to drop something? I see Iman has a comment. Iman says maybe Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks has been pretty constant, yo. Shout out to Iman for that, yo. Lloyd Banks has been dropping stuff a lot. All right, so Lloyd Banks, he's been doing The Curse of the Inevitable. I think he has that. I think he has 3 albums right now, Lloyd Banks, with that. And Lloyd Banks has been dropping the Halloween joints. So he's dropping albums and he's dropping mixtape albums every Halloween too. So Lloyd Banks has been very constant, Iman. Shout out to Iman for that. So yeah, I think Lloyd Banks is going to drop some more stuff this year, guaranteed. Corrupt. Now here's the thing. And I said Corrupt because, like I said, we just got the Dog Pound album, Corrupt and Daz. But Daz also dropped a new album recently. And Daz, man, Daz. That album wasn't it, man. That album wasn't it, Daz. So, from what I've seen with the We All We Got album from Corrupt and Daz together, and I seen Daz put out an album last year, and it wasn't all that good. I think Corrupt needs to drop something this year and kind of bring it back. But I believe Corrupt may drop something this year as well. Fabulous. What's going on with Fabulous, y'all? He's dropping freestyles here and there. He's doing features here and there. But Fabulous really hasn't dropped anything since the third Summertime Shootout. That was the last thing Fabulous dropped, I think. Let me just check. Hold up. The last thing Fab dropped was the Summertime Shootout in 2019. So or part, no, that was part two, I think. That was part two. I think part three came out after that as well. No, that was part three. Yeah, part three was in 2019. So Fab is out there dropping, little freestyles. He's doing features on songs. Will Fabolous drop something this year? Iman has a comment. Iman says, hopefully a Juelz album. Juelz, man. Oh, man. Listen, Cameron has been saying for the last 2 years, I've been watching Cameron do interviews, and Cameron has been saying that Juelz has tons of music on his laptop just sitting there, y'all. So it's a good chance. It's a good chance that Juelz does drop music, man. And listen, man, Juelz, like I said last week, Juelz is one of those artists where his potential wasn't reached, yo. Juelz did not reach his potential, man. Like he when you heard Juelz, when Juelz first came out, man, Juelz was a firecracker, yo. He had it, but he just wasn't as consistent as he needed to be. So yeah, Iman. I like to see a Juelz album. Let's see what he got. Let's see what he still got. Thank you for that, Iman. Rakim. Now y'all know I did a review on the Rakim album, the Rebirth album, and I wasn't too happy with the album. I bumped the album. I liked a lot of tracks on the album. Don't get me wrong. I listened to it. It got some replay value out of me. But it wasn't really a Rakim album. It had a lot of features on there. And Rakim was treating that album as a production value album. He wasn't treating that album like it was a Rakim album. So I would like to see a true project from Rakim in 2025. If you're here in the chat right now, hit the like button. If you're watching this video later, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. We're going live all week long, weekdays at 8 p.m. Don't forget to tap in with us. We got videos coming out every other day, Throwback Thursday, Freestyle Friday, videos on Saturdays. Just lock in, man. We got videos coming out all the time, man. Charlie has a comment. Charlie said, did you see Fat Joe get booed in Chicago? You know what, y'all? The people are getting tired of these elite rap artists that keep saying F stuff. F-U-C. You know what I mean. Fat Joe is a beloved face in the hip hop community. People love Fat Joe. When Fat Joe first came out, listen, I know people say Big Pun wrote for Fat Joe, but Fat Joe was dropping stuff way before Pun was even. Fat Joe had joints before Pun came along. People love Fat Joe. Fat Joe has turned into that street guy that has now gone corporate, which is a good thing. He's making more money. He's on more shows. He's doing more stuff. He's hosting awards. He's doing commercials. He's doing his thing. But he's saying a lot of stuff that is just sometimes just don't make sense, and people are getting tired of it. You look at Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg said 4 years ago. No, was it 8 years ago? 4 to 8 years, whatever it was. Anybody that performs for Trump, they're going to get booed. And now he turns around. So Iman, I'm sorry, Charlie. People are just getting tired of these rich celebrities saying stupid stuff. So, yeah, I seen that. I see him get booed. But does he deserve it? Maybe so. All right, NYC Addictions is in the chat. Yeah. NYC Addictions. Today we're talking about anticipated albums for 2025. You know what it is, NYC. You want to call in and talk to the people live. Call in whenever you're ready. You got the number. Tap in, let the people know. What artists do you want to see release a new album in 2025? Legacy artists only. No new artists. I don't want to hear about no new artists, y'all. I don't want to hear about drill. No, I don't want to hear about. I want to hear 90s joints, 2000s artists, the Jay-Z's, the Meek Mills, the Rick Rosses, the Nas, the Jay-Z's, the Cool G Raps, the Jada Kisses, the Style P's, the Scarfaces. Who do you anticipate to drop a new album in 2025? Hit the comments, y'all. NYC Addictions has a comment. NYC Addiction says, Fat Joe, nah, he canceled himself. People are tired of him, period. Yeah, man. People love, look at the rap community loves Fat Joe. The rap community loves Espanol. We like this, we like this. But sometimes these guys just be going out there saying all kind of, and believe it or not, they're saying it just to get views. They're saying it just to get put on these podcasts, so the podcast will put them on so they can make a little extra money. NYC Edition says, I need a Mobb Deep album. Woo! I said that earlier. I said Havoc is going to drop some music this year. And Havoc did an interview recently where he says he has Prodigy stuff. He has some Prodigy stuff that he wants to release. So he didn't say when he's going to release it. He said there's some Prodigy stuff he has stashed away and he wants to release it. So we might see some Mobb Deep stuff, y'all. Don't forget, 2 years ago we got the Havoc and Styles P album. NYC Addiction says Havoc lost tapes. Yes, man. Havoc said it himself. He has Mobb Deep stuff with him and Prodigy locked away that he wants to put out, but he doesn't know when he's going to put it out. So NYC Addictions, I'm looking forward to that too. Hit the comments, y'all. Tonight we're talking about albums for 2025. Who's going to have the album of the year? Who do you want to see release an album this year? Drop it in the comments. Iman has a comment. Iman says, as a Puerto Rican, I know the way my people were participants. I know that my people were participants in hip hop. Listen, y'all. I came to the U.S. in 1990. So I can't speak for when hip hop started, who started hip hop. I wasn't in America then. I was in Trinidad and Tobago listening to hip hop over there. But from what I saw when I first came into the country in 1990, Latinos were already in hip hop. Blacks were already in hip hop. So I can't say who started hip hop, but if I had to guess, if you asking me if I had to guess who started hip hop, now you got to remember this also. This is the very important part. This is the very, very, very important part, okay? If hip hop was birthed in New York City, if New York is the birth of hip hop, New York is one of the biggest melting pots in America. And when I say melting pot, what I mean is New York has one of the most diverse communities in America. You will come in New York, you will see Spanish people, you will see West Indian people, you will see Italians, you will see Venezuelans. New York, you will see Guatemalans, you will see Mexicans. New York City is one of the biggest melting pots in America. So if somebody says Spanish and Black created hip hop, I can believe that. But again, I wasn't here, so I can't say I wasn't in the country that early to see it at its inception. But Iman, yeah, man, I'm rocking with you, Iman. I'm rocking with that. Let me read that again. Let me read that comment again from Iman. Iman says, as a Puerto Rican, I know that my people were participants of hip hop. Yes. Yes. Shout out to that comment. That's a nice comment. NYC Addiction says we need a Funk Master Flex album. Oh man, listen, if y'all weren't around for the 60 minutes of Funk Master Flex mixtapes, go back and listen to them, y'all. If you don't know about the Funk Master Flex 60 Minutes of Funk, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, NYC Addictions will tell y'all. Go back and listen. Those three men. It said the voice of song, my defense is not ready. Here we go. I said I ride a 31. Here we go. Friday night. Yo, listen. I didn't even think about that NYC Addiction. That Funk Master Flex mixtape was crazy, man. And you know what? If Flex can put together another one of those, yeah, I'll take it. So, like I said, I want to see Havoc. I want to see AZ. I want to see Cameron drop an album. I want to see Jadakiss. I want to see Corrupt. I want to see Fabulous. I want to see Rakim. I want to see Cormega. Cormega dropped The Realness Part 2 a couple years ago. I want to say 2 years ago. So that album was pretty dope as well. I want to see some more Cormega. And I want to see some Beanie Siegel, y'all. Listen, y'all. Beanie Siegel in his prime is one of the best MCs of all time. When you go back and you look at the Beanie Siegel run, The Truth, The Reason, The Solution, those three albums, Beanie Siegel's growth on those three albums were impeccable. Yeah, some of the later stuff really didn't hit like that, but that 3-album run that Beanie Siegel put out, amazing. Beanie Siegel losing his voice really messed up his career a lot, because I think 5-7 years ago, Beanie Siegel could have still released the album and it would have sold pretty well. So a couple years ago, Beanie Siegel mentioned that he wants to use AI to make his new album. He wants to write the rhymes, but he wants to use AI as a voice tune to say the rhymes, which it sounds kind of crazy if you just take it off of face value, but his voice is messed up, but his bars may not be messed up. Okay, so if he can write his rhymes and just use AI to change his voice to his old voice, I think that can work, y'all. So those are some of the artists I'm looking forward to seeing new artists, new albums in 2025. So again, y'all, hit the comment section down below. Let me know, what legacy artists do you want to see drop an album in 2025? Who do you think is going to have the best album of the year in 2025? And I'm going to give y'all, these are my top 5. I'm going to give you my top 5 albums I want to see in 2025. Okay, I'm going to give you my top 5. And like I said, I've loved 2024 for music. I love 2023 for music. 2022. These last few years, man, I got to say, man, we've been getting some pretty good music. Some duds. I think the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, yeah, it was okay. The LL Cool J, it was okay. You know, so there were some bad ones. What's his name? The Daz album from Dog Pound, it was okay. So there have been some bad ones. The Nas run, I liked it. I didn't love it. So these are my top 5 most anticipated albums for 2025. First off, I want to see a Styles P album. I know Styles P talked recently that he wants to retire from hip hop, and I think he's going to do it this year. I think this year we're going to see the final solo Styles P album. Styles P has been dropping a lot of hot stuff in the last few years, and that Dime Bag album was one of his best albums he dropped. in the last 10 years. So I want to see a new Styles P album. I want to see a new Havoc album. A couple years ago, Havoc and Styles P dropped the Wreckage Manor album. I thought that album was amazing. I loved that album. That album still gets replayed for me. So one of my favorite albums from Havoc, Wreckage Manor. I think Havoc went pretty deep. The production was pretty solid in that album as well. So that's album number 2. I want to see a Styles P. I want to see a Havoc album. I want to see a Beanie Sigel album, y'all. Yeah, we just talked about it. Yes. It's about time, Beans. I know you're doing the food truck stuff. I know Rockefeller is in the news a lot. But Beans, I want to hear one more. I want to hear one more project from you, Beans. Sober-minded, clear-minded, know the business, know how to put music together, know how to put out a single, know how to do a video. I want to see a Beanie Sigel album in 2025. Is it going to be great? I don't know. I want to see Beanie Sigel go through with what he says. He wants to have AI do his voice. I want to see that. I want to see what that looks like. So I want to see a Styles P album. I want to see a Havoc album. I want to see a Beanie Sigel album. Drop in the comments, y'all. Let me know who you want to see release an album in 2025. Number 4. I want to see a real Rakim album, man. Like I said, that last Rakim album, he said it himself. This was more of a test of his production skills. Cool. Okay. Cool, Rakim. You want to be a producer now? Cool. But I want the rapping Rakim. I want somebody to produce some songs for him. And no disrespect to Rakim, but his production skills need some work. So I want to see someone produce the tracks, and I want to see Rakim get on there and put some bars out. So I want to see a real Rakim album. Shout out to the Rebirth. The Rebirth album was dope. I liked it. There was some duds on there. I didn't like that Rakim wasn't on all the songs. Cool. I want to see a new Rakim album. And number 5, I want to see a Corrupt album, man. Corrupt, if you don't know much about Corrupt is a beast on the mic. And that WAWG album was amazing. Shout out to Corrupt. Shout out to Dog Pound. Shout out to Lady of Rage. Shout out to Snoop. Shout out to everybody that were in on that album. That album was pretty. I love that album, man. So I want to see Corrupt drop something new. And I really like this. I really like what we're seeing from legacy artists today. It's important that the legacy artists keep dropping music because the bars are there. That old school production is there. Sampling music, taking samples and making music. I'm very interested to see what Yeezy is gonna do. He says he's gonna put out a new album as well. So I'm looking forward to see what Yeezy does as well too. So I really want to see that old sampling come back. So I'm really happy to see that legacy artists are staying active. Shout out to LL Cool J dropping something last year. Like I said, shout out to Snoop and Dre. We've been asking for that for the longest, and they finally gave it to us, man. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. So hit the comments down below, y'all. Drop your comment in the comment section. Keep the conversation going. Who do you want to see drop an album in 2025? Who do you think is going to have album of the year? I'm going to go back to your boy Nas dropped 6 albums and got 1 Grammy. I'm going to remind y'all. I'm going to keep reminding y'all about that. All right. So it's your boy Onslaught Tree. Thanks everybody for joining the chat. Thank you to NYC Addictions. Go follow his channel, y'all. Go follow his channel. Go follow the That Ain't Rap podcast. That's that boy Tribal Gigolo's channel. That Ain't Rap podcast. Some dope content on there. Shout out to Charlie for coming through. Shout out to Iman. Harlem is in the building. Shout out to Tyrese. And shout out to everybody that's going to watch this video down the line. It's your boy Onslaught Tree. I'll see y'all on the next Talking Bar.